Hey guys, this is A Crosby 74 here. I'm in bed today. I'm not feeling so well, but I'm kind of feeling well enough to draw, so I thought I'd get out my mask that I'm doing for school. And my students are doing mask making, and so I thought I would design my own. Let me see if I can back off here enough where you can see the whole thing. And I basically made up a template for the kids to trace, and so I traced the bottom half of it to get around the nose and to get the eyes placed about evenly and all that. And then the top part I just kind of went wild and crazy and did kind of a Zentangle look. I'm going to zoom in so you can kind of see that. I just did some cool curly cues around the eyes for the eyelashes, and I've started up here. I'm not completely finished coloring it in, and I may come back and show you how that looks, but I'm trying some new blending techniques, and I thought y'all might be interested to see them. I have been using color pencils to blend together, overlapping them in layers to blend them together and make new colors, as you can see here on the eye, blending from a dark navy blue to a regular blue to a light blue. I just got this new Prismacolor. It's sky blue light. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. And it's a new Prismacolor. Okay, I just got this one in, and it's a very pretty color, and I used it here in the middle of the eyelid. I did try the thing that I saw online about microwaving my color pencil for a couple seconds in the microwave, and they recommended doing it for like 15 seconds to fuse the lead back together if it broke. And I will say, after about 5 seconds in the microwave, my pencil started sparking. And this is not a metallic color. This is your regular, just, white and blue kind of mixed together. But anyways, something in it made it start to spark. So I immediately opened up the microwave and pulled it out. And I did not see any discernible difference in the breakage. And I had actually pressed down on it and cracked the tip of the marker. And, when you're bearing down on it sometimes with Prismacolors, that happens. Because you're blending it and the lead is so soft. But anyway, I tried to fuse it back together in the microwave, and it did not work for me. But maybe, leaving it in a hot car or something like that might work. I know it'll melt your crayons, but there's so little wax in a color pencil, it might work to leave them in a warm car or something like that. I'm not sure. I haven't tried it yet. And the Prismacolors are so expensive, I kind of am afraid to do it. But I just started trying this new technique, and you can kind of see right here where I've been doing it around the face area. That lavender kind of lilac color I have here. I've been using these color pencils. I used a touch of this mulberry, and I used violet. I used a little bit of this woodless Progresso pencil. I'm not sure what color that is. I also used this Perma Violet, if I can focus in on that for you, and this lilac as well. But I used those 3 colors and also a white to blend together, well, those several colors to blend together this area. And around the edge I used that dark, what color is this? Violet. Just your standard violet. I used that right here around the edge of the mask design. You can see some of it up here around the designs. But I wanted to get a little more blended. And if you look over here, you can kind of see where you can still see the tooth of the paper, or the grain of the paper, if you will, shining through. And you have to put several layers of color pencil onto the paper before you can really get rid of that grainy kind of look and get a real nice smooth look. So I'm looking for something that I can blend a little bit more, smoothly. So I got to looking online, and I found just a couple of videos about this product called Gamasol and using blending stumps. Well, I've used blending stumps before, and I've used tortillons, I think that's what they're called, for coloring and stuff like that. But I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could just use maybe a standard Q-tip? So I put a little bit of mineral spirits, because they said Gamasol was basically mineral spirits, into a little cup there with a Q-tip. And I put a little cotton ball in there to prevent it from spilling. And then I dipped my Q-tip in there to kind of soak some up. And I went in here and I started coloring, blending I don't know how well you can see that, but I started blending right into my paper, and it kind of makes the pigment just soak in to the paper, if you can see that. And just, I don't know how to explain it. It just blends it in. It soaks it in. So I'm using the Q-tip, and I'm just using baby oil. Okay. If you look on the ingredients of the baby oil, it's mineral spirits basically, with a little bit of fragrance, and that's what I had. I didn't have any of this Gamasol stuff that everybody's talking about. So I thought, well, I'll try this out and see how it works. And it's working beautifully. You do have to be kind of careful when you get into areas. I just got that white area colored in, and now I'm going to have to go with something for that. I don't know what I'm going to if that'll color over really well or not. But you can kind of see what I'm talking about here, how it just blends in the color pencil into the paper and gets all in the nooks and crannies. And it's really nice. But I wanted to show this to you guys as a new blending technique. It's very inexpensive. I mean, I think I paid a couple of dollars for that baby oil. My battery's about to run out. I'm getting my low battery signal. I don't know if that's going to show up on my film or not, but anyway. And I wanted you to see how pretty that pink looks, that mulberry coming through that lilac. Look at how gorgeous that is and how it blends together. You see how that works? Now, if I wanted to switch up and use a different color, everything I've done up to this point, I did completely with color pencil. Now that I'm adding the mineral spirits to it, or the baby oil in this case, it's kind of making it soak into the paper, okay? And I noticed when I tried to color back into that, it makes the paper feel slicker, you know, because of the oil content, I guess. If you can see that a little bit better, right there. So it does change the texture of the paper a bit when you're working back into it. But you can kind of see that pink showing through a little bit more. That mulberry color that I was using. Okay. And I wanted to show that to you guys. And there's a little area right there. Now, I would probably use a blending stump or a tortillon for little teeny areas like that. And you can see here the Q-tip has kind of flattened out, and it's got the lilac and stuff like that on there. I would swap out to a clean Q-tip to do the blue areas here if I wanted to go in and work those areas. But I'd probably use something more pointy like the tortillon. Let me find one for you real quick if I can. Hold on. Okay, this is a blending stump. This particular one is made in Taiwan. I picked them up in a package at the arts and crafts store. And this is the tortillons. They're a little bit more finely pointed, and I think they just have the one end instead of... But it's basically just rolled up paper. Okay, and you can sharpen these on a little sandpaper pad like this if you need to sharpen them. You don't use a pencil sharpener because that'll rip them all to shreds. But you can use these blending stumps for little areas if you want to. And you can also use Q-tips, cotton balls, a scrap of tissue, you know, just whatever you have. The good thing about the blending stumps is that they're double-sided, so you could do one color on this side and one color on the other side. Okay, so you can see right here where I tried a little bit of it. I don't think I had enough mineral oil on there when I tried this one because I couldn't really tell a difference. But I'm going to go back at it and try it some more and see what I can come up with. And I guess I'll let you guys know what it turns out like in the end when I get finished with everything. I'm going to do some more.